Disney's Animal Kingdom.
A Disney tá bombando a casita agora.
Animal Kingdom, 10-minute wait. Zootopia.
What in the wild animal kingdom is going on?
Saving together, ain't you?
Whole house is not working.
Hey! Want to shed your inhibitions?
Oh, no thanks.
Oh, I think his hat has a lot of flies. You should see him.
Wait.
Clever.
Oh, well done, Judy. You just love figuring stuff out, don't you?
Hey, can we skip the monologue?
Oh, let's all work together. Let's make the world a better place. Blah, blah, blah. Sheep. Case closed. Boom.
Yay! We never got our big finale.
Did someone say another?
Has she just been painted?
Come join me, B.I.Z. Let's hear you sing, Zootopia. For legal reasons, I cannot.
My dream. Make a wish on a whisker hats and tea.
Joining up as brother, sister, but you're calling mine.
Here comes the tournament again. Yes.
Tails intertwine, we raise our hearts and emphasize. We're awesome,
Comes right through.
That little mouse reminds me of
No, I haven't seen that. Oh, the rain dispersed the crowds a little bit. Whoa. Sunglasses. There's what?
scarf.
10 minutes.
Super cute and super cool out here. Just keep a tight hold on those electronics, also just your loose belongings in general. Now we are entering into the Harambe Wildlife Reserve, and our first stop on our journey is called the Little Turkey Forest. Now this forest has a lot of bushes, a lot of trees, and a lot of animals that love to hide. So we have to keep a close eye out as we go along.
Bird up there.
See if we can find any. To your left hand side, there's a black and white bird through those bushes.
Left
That is a saddle-billed stork. Saddle-billed storks get their name from the yellow piece on top of their bills that kind of looks like a saddle seen on top of there. They also have pretty long wingspan. Their wingspan grow about 9 feet wide. Ooh, to the right hand side also, look, there's an okapi. Now that okapi has black and white stripes on their legs. Kind of looks like they're wearing a pair of zebra stripe pants. Despite those zebra stripe pants, they are actually related to the giraffes. That's their closest living relative. They have similar body structures, face structures, and even similar tongues to them. Their tongues are both purple in color and also prehensile, which means hand or finger like. So it's very easy for them to grip things like bushes when they're trying to eat. Also, as we go along, we can take a look at the foliage out here. Like we mentioned before, it's really thick, a lot of bushes, a lot of trees. There's also a lot of bamboo stalks out here. Bamboo is actually a source that grows very quickly in large amounts, like a renewable resource it is considered. So, buying bamboo products is actually a great conservation effort because it helps support that use of renewable resource rather than maybe a source doesn't grow as quickly like normal wood does. Now to your right hand side, there is a copper color antelope over here. Oh, actually a few of them. These are bongos! Bongos are actually nicknamed the ghosts of the forest because they're very shy and reclusive animals. They love to hide, and those white lines help them hide. Those are to mimic sun rays, helps them camouflage out here. So when a predator sees them in bushes, it kind of just looks like they are sun reflecting off the leaves. Another bongo right here to our left. Ooh, also to the left, all the way back there by that bamboo stalk, there's a tan color antelope. That is called a greater kudu. Now, greater kudus are one of the larger antelopes out here on the reserve. Last semi-aquatic animals. To the right hand side, there's some pink-spiked pelicans. If you look very closely inside of the water, there are some now hippopotamus down there. Those are those pink blobs, those are the hippos. Now the pelicans right here are perfect introductions to the semi-aquatic animals, meaning we might find them on land or in water just like they're doing right now. And these are the only pelicans nest in trees. And their pink feathers might not be that prominent right now, but they will get more prominent during their mating seasons, because the ladies like a bit pink. And that pink coloring does not stop with their feathers, even goes to the tops of their bills, so it kind of looks like they're blushing. There's no hippo to our left-hand side over there. Seems like we're very excited about the hippo. Now hippos, we are typically going to find them in the water, not really out of, like, on the land. This is typically because they have very sensitive skin. They can actually get sunburn like me and you. So by hanging out in the water, this is a natural sunscreen for them, helps protect it. We also can look for the hippos at the bottom of the river floor, like that one's doing. He's hanging out by the shallow parts of it. They're actually not really strong swimmers. They will either walk or tread, typically on the shallow parts, or they'll sink down to the bottom of the river floor as well. I think it kind of makes sense now. Hippopotamus, their name does translate to river horse. Right, so basically a horse in the water. That one looks like they're heading to the water right now. They probably got a snack. I would say that's probably the main reason why they get out of the water is to eat. They're also a very territorial animal. They'll have competitions with each other where they open their mouths to really water. Trees, bushes, even less water. This is typically because it has long drought periods, meaning it gets little snow rainfall to 9 months out of the year. So water can be pretty scarce, but animals have adapted ways to either finding water on common sources or just ways to help cool down their bodies in general. So once we make our way out here, we can look for physical adaptations of the animals' bodies, maybe behaviors they're conducting their daily lives. Look at them. Luckily, the road does wind all throughout the savannah. But from here, we can kind of see one of them is probably shorter, probably a baby giraffe from here. Babies are born about 6 feet tall. So if that baby were to walk up to us right now, we'd be eye level. After all, this truck does elevate us about 6 feet, just for reference. Adult giraffes, I would say, grow to about 18 to 20 feet tall. Close to us though, to the right-hand side, those are some Ankole cattle. Now those cattle have those really, really large horns on top of their heads, and they may look really thick and heavy, but they're actually pretty light in weight. This is because they have a honeycomb structure within their horns to help keep themselves nice and cool. Kind of like having an air conditioning mount on top of your head. I would like one of those. Both males and females do have those horns as well. Now we're going to turn our direction to the left-hand side. Looks like there's some African painted dogs over here. These painted dogs are actually one of the most successful predators out here in Africa. They're actually up there with the lions. This is because they're speedy, agile, also work in teams. Kind of unique quality for a predator, so it definitely gives them upper hand or an upper paw. And that patchwork on their coats kind of looks like someone took a paintbrush, literally splattered paint on their scars, so that they get their name from.
I know.
But it's also unique and random, and it gives the painted dogs their individuality. To your left-hand side, looks like there's another ankole right here. Now, another name that we can use for ankoles is the Watusi cattle, because the Watusi tribe were the first people to domesticate them, actually. They're a symbol for wealth. So, and they're actually one of the 2 domesticated species that we might find on the reserve today. Now, to your left-hand side, these are gray color antelope. These are called wildebeest. Wildebeest, we're going to typically find them in very large groups. Some of the largest groups we can find them in is about 1.5 million of them. This is because they will travel in those large groups a couple thousand miles per year, I would say. Typically migrate for water. For their migrations as well, they have scent glands in their hooves, so basically smell with their feet, just like how we smell with our noses. Looks like we have a giraffe friend approaching us. I thought they were about to cross the road. Now beside giraffes, they have jagged spots on their coats. Kind of looks like some puzzle pieces on them. Other giraffes will typically have more circular spots, so that's how we can tell that they are Maasai, that specific subspecies. Also to your left, there's a tan color antelope right there. That's called an eland. Elands are actually one of the world's largest antelopes, and like I mentioned, this baby over here is about 6 feet tall. The elands can grow about 6 feet to their shoulders, so they're basically the same height as a baby giraffe, which is kind of crazy. Get a better look at this baby. Now babies definitely have those jagged spots as well. Also with the giraffes, actually, they have very long tongues. Their tongues can grow about 18 inches long. They're purple in color and also prehensile. Like the okapi's tongue, their closest relative. Brown and white color ones, I think they look like s'mores. Those are called springboks. But those zebras right there, they also have a dewlap. Not as prominent as the elands, but they do have a skin that hangs down from their neck. Also to regulate their body temperatures. Oh, looks like we found someone using that prehensile tongue of theirs. But those zebras, they have stripes don't wrap fully around their elephants over there. Now African elephants, those ones I would assume they are probably females. The way we can assume is that females are typically going to be found together. They like to stay together, they like to have a buddy, they like to stay in the main herd. While males are more solitary, they like to stay by themselves most of the time. They like to spend their days alone, even creating what's called a bachelor herd where it's just himself, maybe some other males too. But also those ones are probably smaller. Female elephants are about 8,000 pounds. Small males can grow about 13,000 pounds.
Remember when this bridge used
Now
to
also out here,
move?
actually we might be able to see that elephant again through this gap. Like I mentioned before, we can look for those knockdown trees. That's most likely from the elephants. They will bulldoze the savanna, clear out the grasslands. That's their way of eating. That's how they get their food. But actually, that benefits
this bridge used
just
to do something.
them,
It seemed
but
like
also other animals as well. Gives the grazers some grass to eat. So the zebras, the antelopes, benefits them. It's one of the many reasons why they are a keystone species, because they truly are one of the keys to running the savanna, keeping it alive. Without the elephants, there would be no savanna. Speaking of the elephants, if you look to your right-hand side, there's some line markings in this red clay. Most likely from the elephants. They're going to use their tusks, those white things on their face. Especially about the savanna in general, spreading awareness about it too. Really does help them out. Now it looks like we are making our way to a watering hole over here. I'm hoping we can find maybe some more elephants, maybe some other animals as well. Like we saw over there, elephants do love to spend their days by watering holes. They also actually will use mud that's created from the watering holes to help protect their skin. Basically, they'll use their trunks, laying mud on their backs. They'll dry out, protect them from the sun, from bug bites. It's kind of like a sunscreen mixed with bug repellent, or if you like, think that as their own version of a skincare routine too. They do reapply daily. Looks like we found some more animals to our left-hand side. There's flamboyants of greater flamingos. Now these flamingos are the palest and largest species of pink flamingos, and although we know them for being iconically pink, they are going to actually hatch gray. They will unveil their pink feathers about 2 years into their lives. If you notice any of them may be fully submerging their heads, it kind of looks like they're upside down in the water, they're most likely eating. They're what's called a filter feeder, which means they're going to filter out the food from the water just inside of their beaks, kind of like a food strainer in a way. And speaking of that food, that's where they get that pink coloring. So food like brine shrimp will contain a thing called beta-carotene. Looks like there's some more elephants to the left too. Yeah, that beta-carotene will build up in their system and provide that pink color.
It's way out. It was over there.
Like we found some more muddy friends to our left-hand side. Those are some white rhinoceros over there. Now, white rhinos are another great example of animals that will use mud as a way to protect their skin. Actually, right next to them, that really big mud pit right there is called a mud wallow. Mud wallows are very common out here. And animals, just like the white rhinos, will roll around, or we call it wallowing in the mud wallow, help coat their skin. Benefits them all the same like the elephants using the mud. Also just helps cool them down in general too. We're going to get a closer look at them in just a second. Now, white rhinos are very social animals. They like to stay in their groups. That's why we see a lot of them all together right now. We call a group of them a crash.
Yeah. Oh.
And the iconic feature of them, those horns on top of their noses, that's actually made out of keratin. Same thing makes up our hair and nails.
Right up top there on the hill.
The short of double the rhino speed. They're going to use their semi-retractable claws to gain traction, and they use their tails like a boat rudder to go even faster.
Oh wow.
So their tails are going to go in a circular motion, help take sharp turns, keep themselves balanced. Let's see, there's some more over here too. Now, cheetahs are not considered big cats. This is because they cannot roar. Roaring is kind of like the qualification to become a big cat. At least one of them. I have a mission for you. If you look up on those rocks, kind of very top to the left, there is a lioness up there. Now, if you're not able to spot her there, I am sure we're going to get a better view of her as we round these rocks. Now, these are called kopie rocks. They stand very tall, have a great overlook of the savanna. Animals just like the lions and even the cheetahs sometimes will use it as a vantage point for their hunts, typically during the night. They are nocturnal hunters. They're also going to use it just as a place to sunbathe. Let's get some good sunlight up there. Now that one that we saw is a female lion. The way we can tell is that she does not have a mane. Manes kind of belong to the males in the lion species. This lioness, we can identify her as a female. But yeah, we're going to get a better look at her right now. We're just going to continue looking all the way up. Oh, also on the bottom there's another lioness too. Now, we're going to typically find them sleeping. Lions do sleep about 16 to 20 hours out of the day. Pretty crazy. That short window that they're actually awake for is when they're going to go out and hunt, typically during the night because they are nocturnal hunters. Heart-shaped noses, they're so cute. But, more attention to our left-hand side. See those ostriches a little bit better? Now, these ones are females. They have more gray feathers. I know they're a little darker right now because they're kind of wet. But they do have those gray feathers. Males typically have those black and white feathers. Speaking of the ostriches, actually, if you look to your right-hand side, there's some eggs on the ground.
Oh, those eggs still haven't hatched
Those
after
are
all
most
these
likely
years.
ostrich eggs. The way we can assume is that we saw 2 females, but also they're very large. Ostrich eggs are going to weigh about 3 pounds each, which is the same weight as about 2 dozen chicken eggs. This easily makes them one of the largest bird eggs, which does make sense because ostriches are one of the largest birds. And that shell on the ostrich's egg is so sturdy and hard that even a full-grown ostrich or human could stand up on the egg and wouldn't break, which is kind of crazy because an ostrich can weigh about 300 pounds. Now we are exiting the savanna, entering the edge of the reserve. This is called Magadi Glen, home to the warden and his post. And it looks like the warden has brought in some Nigerian dwarf goat friends to help take care of the post. Maybe do some lawn mowing for him. Now, the small size that we see in that's how big they're going to get. Even in their adult lives, they're a pretty small animal. They're also going to produce milk, which can be used in much different things. Today would appreciate your help very, very much, my friends. Now, about wellness explorers on board. This was Simba 1. Simba like the lion, well like the number. If you talk to the cast from that green costume, orange satchel, they'll gladly give you that safari badge to tell them that you're ready to Simba 1.
Simba 1.
They might also ask you what your favorite animal is out on the reserve today, so make sure you have the answer inside of your head too. Now, my friends, it does look like we're approaching the end of our journey, so I start looking around your rows, left, right, on this.
Storm has left. Rain has stopped. It's time to go home.
Bye. Bye-bye.
See you next time.